Yoo-hoo! Hey everybody! Maikku here, sitting in the forest or outside the town. Hey! Let's see who's gonna join. We have people joining, and first of all, I wanted to come and sit outside since hi Tina. Since I've been sitting inside quite a bit now. It's been like really busy answering emails and all that, even though it's Sunday. So happy Sunday, everybody! Happy day! And I wrote yesterday. There might be a little bit wind here. What is spirituality? What is spirituality, guys? Holy smokes! Holy shit! It's a huge subject. My glasses, that I can see who's here. Okay, cool. What is spirituality? Oh my God, guys! It's all these different things, and it's. I wanted to do the live feed already yesterday, but then I was like, it is such a huge subject that I guess I needed to like sleep on it, because it's been bugging me a couple weeks now. The whole idea of what it is and what it means and how people talk about it and what do we talk about and how we talk about and how we interact and all that. And I've been thinking about it a lot. So what spirituality means to me? What does it mean to be spiritual? First of all, we are all spiritual beings. We are all spirits, in my opinion. We are spirits walking in these meat suits here on the planet and trying to do our best to interact with each other and with the nature and with everything. And even though people might not call themselves spiritual, and then there is a lot of spiritual stuff happening. And now, first, before I say anything else, I want to say that I'm not talking about religion. I am not talking about religion. I'm talking about being. That's right, you guys. You can throw your ideas also. It's almost like I don't even know what the heck does that thing mean. Is there some kind of a school book thing that you could say about it? Okay. When I asked the question yesterday, people were writing, and somebody said that spirituality means that you believe in afterlife and you believe in spirits and you believe in communicating with other dimensions, and it means all these different things. And it's almost like it's a struggle to even start to because it's everything. The whole life is being a spirit, and the spirit to me is everything. It's the nature, it's the animals, it's myself and all that. So first I want to say this. To be spiritual to me means that we are authentic. what does that mean to be authentic? It means to me, it means that I am myself. I'm always, who I am, trying not to act or behave or be something else. And there's somebody cutting grass, I can hear. What actually is the biggest and the best teacher to me is being the animals. And what does that mean? It means that they are always themselves. They never have any kind of agenda. They never have any kind of they usually don't have a lot of questions, like the questions meaning the questions that we have. And it's a little bit chilly here. We have questions like, when am I going to get the money? When am I get the love of my life? Am I going to meet the love of my life? And sometimes we ask about our health. And animals in general don't have those kind of questions. They are always present in the now, and they don't ask these questions that we have. And that comes to, see, the sun is shining. When I'm doing my work, people ask me, well, I'm an animal communicator. I talk with animals, and I'm giving animals messages to their people, whatever, in between, like a channel. And people ask me that many times, that do I do readings for people, like about people stuff? And I say that I don't do that. Very, very rarely I do that. The work itself is not that different. It's not really that much different from doing animal communication than being a clairvoyant or medium for just people or whatever. And that comes to the only and the biggest reason is that when I do animal communication, animals never have these questions. They don't have that agenda. And how do I know this? I know it because I sometimes want to go to see a clairvoyant or a psychic or a medium or something, and if I can have questions, I ask about the financial situation, sometimes about love life, and then you can ask about I use this example. Well, the person is leaving the clairvoyant's office, and they still have a couple minutes, and we have been discussing all these things about money and relationships, and then the clairvoyant says that, well, you can still ask one more question. You have 2 minutes time, and then the person is like, I said, oh yeah, I might want to know about my health. So this is how we prioritize things as human beings, and animals don't have that. And that's, to me, from their side, is being spiritual. To be authentic, to be yourself with no strings attached, and it's a really hard thing to do. We go to work, we have our work self, we go home, then we relax and might let out everything, the pressures and the irritations and everything that we took with us from work and all that. So it's see, there's sun. So it is really like interesting. When I come home, or when I had my animals home, when I came home, they never judged me. So I would say that when I came from traveling, let's say that I was gone for 2 weeks and I come home and they never told me that, you know, you've gained weight, or why is your hair like that, or, you know, you should wear different clothing or anything like that. So they don't have any judgment. And I think in general, if we want to learn about spirituality, we need to really look at our animals in nature, animals in as pets, and nature itself. I'm sitting on a rock here, and the rock doesn't have a judgment toward me. But if I'd meet another human being sitting here on a rock with a stick talking to a camera, there might be somebody walking there with their dog or something. They look at, you know, look at that crazy person there sitting with a stick and you know, just talking to herself and whatever. There's a judgment already there. And I might do the same thing myself when I see somebody, you know, wearing crazy clothing or hairdo, or, you know, like what we do is we see somebody really struggling with their weight or whatever. That's like something that, you know, I was well, that's one thing, that we judge other people, but the way we judge ourselves, you're talking about weight. I used to have a lot of overweight, so I was one thing that I was judging myself the whole time. And talking about the dogs, when they never said to me that I've gained weight, they never looked at themselves in the mirror and look at it like, oh my goodness, I've gained half a pound or half a kilo or whatever that is. They never judge themselves. They never look in the mirror and say like, how is my hair? How is my fur? Can I go outside? How is my appearance? So they're always authentic. It doesn't matter if it's a horse, if it's a bird, if it's a tree. They're always the way they are. They never judge each other, each other either. My tongue is like hard. So so that's one thing. And now, I mean, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I wanna say something about with like trying to be at least judgmental, or just say this is my opinion, and the way I see this world going, especially with very spiritual people, that people that call themselves very spiritual, and especially people that want to teach other people how to be spiritual, or use spirituality to do something in your life or whatever. It's I think we are separating ourselves more than ever before in this line of duty that we are working on. And I am so incredibly grateful for my work being mainly with animals, but I also, the people are actually, like you know, people are my clients. People order the communications. They're the actual clients, and I do the communication with animals. So it's like being the messenger in between. But in general, as people that there's a lot of competition out there. I've never seen. I've done this work now 18 years, and I can honestly go back in time and think that how it was like 10 years ago. There were not this much competition. People were really working more together. Also, probably what affects is that social media wasn't that big. Social media wasn't like, there were not that many things going on in social media, or people were not doing so much blogging or these kind of things. But in general, it's become a field of everybody trying to outdo each other, and it's easy to measure. Like it's so freaking hard. Like I measure my work sometimes. It's like, how many people did I have watching my live feed, or how many people were clicking like on my post, or how many people send the comments, and that's also for me the literal definition for being spiritual is for me to, as I said, to be authentic, to speak about things like they are, like I'm allowed to have my opinion, I'm allowed to be fragile, I'm allowed to be vulnerable, and to say what I see, and also like be authentic in that sense. And about the competition or whatever, it's like people are competing with also going back to the social media thing, is like it is so much easier to even also compete, and sometimes there might be somebody that is really spiritual and they have a huge message to give out, but their message is kind of, it gets lost or it's hidden or whatever, since they don't have that huge platform and to talk about their message or anything like that. And it's like I think it's our responsibility as teachers and as human beings and friends and whatnot, is to help everybody to hi Susanna, I miss you, sister. To help our other fellow beings to get their message out and all that. And also one thing that talking about the competition, I've noticed that we are when we are separating ourselves, we are also separating in a bigger scale. We are separating females from males, men from women, gays and transgender, and there are so many things. I'm a lesbian, and I see in my people, other gay women, I see them having like a really hard time getting their voice out. And then there's a lot of transgender people that are really getting their voices heard. And then there's a lot of men groups and a lot of men gatherings and a lot of masculine energy. And then there's a female energy. There's a lot of goddess stuff, whatever. I don't even understand what that means, but maybe it's just something I need to understand more or whatever. It's and a lot of like we have to. It's like I've seen this crazy like thing happening now, that we have to stand together as female. Of course we have to stand together as a female, but we have to stand together as human freaking beings, guys. What the hell is happening here? I've been really pissed, and even Ingela said to me that, like, calm it down, girl. You like, I'm the way I'm seeing things. It's like dog people versus horse people versus cat people, and animal people versus people that are working with children and with elderly people and with all these things. The fucking spiritual thing is that we are together, people, all of us, not women and men and sitä sun tätä. God damn it, what's happening to us? We are so separating ourselves from being, it's like, and at the same time, I feel somewhat that we are getting more together. There's somewhat that togetherness feeling that is still going on. Like there was this. I was performing in Natural Healing Festival this past summer, and it was really cool happening. And then we went to Norway. We went to Sami Shaman Festival that was in Isokaisa. There were shamans from Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia, and there were no alcohol involved, and that togetherness, that there were men and female and children as well, like kids were there, and they have a safe space and same like adult people were looking after them, and same at the Natural Heights. It is so amazing that people are sober and everybody feels safe. That is to be spiritual to me, that we have this way of having fun and uniting without having that any substances involved, and that is an amazing thing, and it really made me feel good. And there's a lot of unity and a lot of everybody doing things together. But in general, also we spend so much time in social media and writing and listening and videos and inspirational speakers and all that stuff, and I think it's more time that we really start sticking together and being together and showing who we are as human beings and human, and put aside all this competition, who got many likes, and there people have a lot of thoughts, and a lot of people want to have a lot of action for higher good and do good, and I don't know how do you say it in English, but their message gets behind us other people that know how to word things. Maybe people know how to write stuff better than the other one, and it's okay too. It's completely okay, and it's completely beautiful. But just remember that we are not these separate groups from each other. We are one group of human beings all around the world, and this Mother Earth needs us, and our authenticity. I love English language, and we need to help each other out and love each other and love ourselves. And when we start helping other people, remember to help ourselves too, and love ourselves as authentic people that we are, and show it and respect ourselves, and then we can help other people better, and animals and nature and all that. And I have so many things that I want to do and help these animals and give their message out, which is my mission in life. And I don't want to have competition. You know what? Oh, I have to say this. When we have a master class that lasts 4 months with our students, and after they finish, they pretty much become animal communicators, and they can start doing it like as a vocation. They can start working with it. Anybody can work with animal communication. This doesn't mean that. But when they start doing it professionally, we have only one rule. And the rule is they are not allowed to compete with each other. And I can't, you have to remember, I can't set any rules. I can't be the ruler of animal communication, but that's just like a guideline, if you will, more than a rule. But I want to see that they support each other. They ask help from a fellow communicator if they don't know how to approach a subject, or how they don't if they don't know what to do with the client or whatever. They can talk with each other and ask help, and not compete with each other, and like, yeah, that's what I like to see. I like to see us doing this work in united front, and we need to have more people that do animal communication. I am not jealous over my work, and that, I think I'm very proud of that too. I had to work through that if somebody else does the same job that I do, it's not anything away from me. The world is full of animals and trees and stones, and on this side and animals on the other side. There's enough for everybody that wants to ever start doing that communication, and more we do that, the better the whole world is going to be. And we are needed here. All of us are here for a purpose. We are here for a purpose. It doesn't matter if you do a spiritual or job that is called spiritual. All the jobs are spiritual. Everybody is connected. Well, first of all, we are all connected, and I've talked about that before, and you guys know what I mean by being connected. Being connected energetically. It doesn't matter where you are, what time is it. I'm connected to this stone and the tree and everything. So even though if you feel like you're alone and you don't have like a friend or a coworker, or you're like doing very lonely job or whatever, and that means that doesn't mean that you're not connected. You're still connected with other people. I love this sun. It's really pretty chilly here, so it's nice to have some sun. Yeah, it's like I don't even know, when we talk about, like I said in the beginning, it's so huge, the subject, to even start comprehending that what is spirituality and what does it mean to everyone is unique, and everyone is correct in their opinion. There are no wrong opinions or anything like that. It's everything's meant to be. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And like I get a little bit heated up about talking about competition, all that. That's also meant to be. It's everything's in perfect alignment right now. Everybody is doing the way they are supposed to be doing things, and I just want to see us more working together. And like I said, me being gay is like, I still wanna feel connected with the men, and I wanna feel connected with the other female and women, and I wanna feel connected with the children. I wanna feel connected with the elderly people. And I was kid once. I'm gonna be an elderly person in the future. And it's like we all are needed, and everybody is valuable, and all that. It's a huge thing, this life that we've been given, and trying to be not judgmental and be happy in within all day struggles and all that. And then there's this a lot of books and literature and speakers and seminars that help us to stay in the now. Who is the best teacher for your now being? Look at your animals. They are constantly in the now. They are here. They are in the now all the time. They are not thinking about past. They are not bitter about something that happened in the past. They are not worried about the future. They are not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, or how am I going to pay my bills or whatever. They are always here in the now, and there's a lot to learn. There's absolutely a lot to learn from them in that sense too, that they can teach us. And my past horse told me that I don't need to read a book, or I don't need to take a seminar to learn to be in the now. And still today, it's probably the most difficult thing to do is be present and just here now, not trying to focus on what's coming in the future. And there's a lot of stuff happening all the time, like in my life too. And I'm thinking, what am I doing tomorrow, and how is things working out, and am I gonna get students enough, or and then at the same time your other half of the brain is thinking about your childhood, and why am I so worried about stuff, and because I was traumatized as a child sometimes for whatever reason, and all these things. It's really hard to stay in the present now, and it's getting easier and easier when we try and practice, and it's like thinking about being in the present is Ingela always says to me, when I start getting worked up or worried about something that is coming. It happens less and less these days, but still sometimes it happens, and she's like, how can you be worried about something that haven't even happened yet? How can you be worried about something that like paying some bill? I'm like, well, how am I gonna pay this bill? Blah blah blah. And she's like, and when is it due? In 2 weeks. Why are you worried about something that haven't happened yet? And then nowadays I can remind myself. I look back. Oh, it worked a month ago. It worked 6 months ago. It's been always working out. Everything always works out. And then I asked my my horse once that what does it mean when things doesn't work out for somebody? This is a good thing. I said, well, when somebody say that things are not working out, and people start drinking and they get depressed, and they end up living under a bridge or something like that. And she looked at me and she said, what do you mean things didn't work out? I was like, what? What do you mean? She said, yeah, things worked out for that person that way. They chose thing after thing after thing to solve their problem with this kind of a behavior, this kind of a living arrangement, or this kind of a behavior, or this kind of a act, and they end up in this kind of a situation, and it's exactly how it's supposed to be. And who are you to say that they didn't solve their problem? But this is the thing, we get so attached sometimes worrying about other people's shit that we are like, and our neighbors and our parents' stuff, and a fellow being, like I might be worrying about my aunt that it's been ill for quite a while now, and not okay and whatever. I was so worried, sick about how is she gonna manage, and how's things gonna work out for her, and all this, and to realize that I was worrying completely. I was using my energy to worry about somebody else's life that worked out perfectly. She got herself a personal helper, and she's living in a nice place, and she's been taken care of and all that. I used my energy to worry about other person's stuff that wasn't mine. And one thing that I've noticed also is that that to me is very spiritual. When I take care of me, when I take care of things around me like in my immediate surroundings, things work out elsewhere too. When I take care of myself, when I take care of Maikku, when I take care of my heart, when I take care of my health, it suddenly affects everybody around me. When I feel good, when I'm happy, when I am not grumpy and moaning and worried, I see happy people around me. It is so freaking simple. When we are happy, go lucky, we attract the same kind of people around us, and to live from the example is sometimes the best thing to do. It's the most spiritual thing to do. And sometimes when somebody else is feeling, bad, and by this I mean like when somebody is not treating themselves well, or they started to drink or eat unhealthy or smoke or use drugs or something like that. Even they might be the closest family members to us. Sometimes the biggest thing for us is to just take care of ourselves and give them space and show the example. And many times they follow. And if they don't follow, it's their life and their stuff that they need to deal with and go through, and which obviously doesn't mean that we can't help or are not allowed to help. Of course we are helping, but when it starts affecting our own life in a negative way, that we are drained and we are not feeling well and tired and stressed and worried, then we need to take a adjustment and maybe toward our energy elsewhere for the time being. Do something that makes us happy. One thing that to me is very spiritual is that everybody finds something that makes them happy. It might be a little thing. Just do something that makes you happy. Watch a movie that makes you happy. That might be it. Read a book that makes you happy. Go for a walk if that makes you happy. Eat chocolate if that makes you happy. As long as these things doesn't make you unhealthy and sad and guilty. Sometimes I always talk about drinking. Sometimes you want to go out and hang out with your friends in the bar, and that will make you might be the the funniest time of the year, and you are happy. As long as it doesn't make you guilty or unhappy or unhealthy. And you guys understand what I'm talking about when I say about doing happy things. They are things that make you happy, not guilty. So many times we say like, okay, I'm gonna go to a restaurant and have a nice meal, and then I have a dessert, and then I have a glass of wine, and you feel like, oh, you can't move afterwards, and you start feeling guilty. No, you do stuff that makes you happy through and through. It doesn't mean that you start feeling guilty. If you start taking care of yourself, if you start exercising, like mothers, all the mothers out there, if you put your children in the daycare and you take time for yourself since that makes you happy, it's not supposed to make you guilty afterwards, right? It's not supposed to make you feel guilty, or dad wants to go play cards with his friends, and then he's looking at the time and feeling guilty and like I should be home and this and that. Then it's not making you happy. Then it's not spiritual. Then it's not making you happy. It's making you guilty. And this is what happens all the time, guys. That the things that are supposed to make us happy are not making us happy, and watching the time and all that. Just find something that doesn't make you guilty either. Just like something that makes you feel good. Sorry for shaking the camera. I don't know if I've said everything that I wanted to say today. I said some things that I deeply wanted to say, and it's like not even I'm saying these things. I'm thinking. I don't have any kind of a script ever, and they are things that I've been thinking, and I'm pretty sure that many of you guys are thinking the same things. You know, every once in a while we start thinking the same stuff. You know, like what is spirituality? What does it mean to me? And how can I make myself healthier and happier? And how can I love myself more? And how can I not have judgment? And you know, sometimes we judge other people. We judge fellow human beings. We judge. Sometimes we judge animals, and we judge stuff around us, and also that's the way life is. Don't feel guilty about that. You are a human being. That's what we are. My outburst about us separating ourselves and whatever, that's the way I've been feeling, and it's okay. Everything's fine. I don't have to feel guilty. You guys don't have to feel guilty about things that you know you are feeling and saying and all that. When it's, you know, moments gone, and then we live forward and have a happy life. And you know, I just want to see us getting united and being human beings, being men and women and gay and lesbian and you know, transgender and animals and nature and trees and ocean and everything. And you know, like, treat people like you want them to treat you. And one thing that I've also noticed lately is that I look at people and I think that, you know, that person looks like I might not want to hang out with them, or they might be not somebody that's gonna be my friend, or their energy doesn't match my energy. And I have proved myself wrong like gazillion times lately, within like past 6 months and past year and all that. So it is a good example. I met this one person, and I was looking, I was like, a little bit like, maybe not the energy I want to hang out with, or maybe she's too quiet or too shy or whatever, and it's not gonna be like my close relations, or I can be with a person, you know, that this time that we are together, but I don't see myself hanging out, you know, end up being one of my closest friends at the moment. So, and we hang out all the time, and it's like you have to give each other also a chance. And you know, I used to hang out with a lot of gay people, a lot of other lesbians. I had them in my close friend circle. I still do have them, but nowadays that I also have other friends. I have a lot of guy friends, men in my you know, as my friends, and lots of hetero females and whatever. It's like the world is so much wider now also, that I've given myself permission to see things like more from wider angle and angle, not ankle, right? Okay, you guys, I love you all deeply, deeply, deeply. If you like this video clip, you can share it with your friends so they can also hear me ranting. No, just kidding. Yeah, I love you. I love myself. I love you all deeply, deeply. There are so many things that I didn't say or cover, and that's the beauty of life, that we can get more opinions and widen our views, and also we are allowed to change our opinions sometimes if that's the case. And take care. Have a happy Sunday. I'm gonna put this clip also in YouTube, so it's easy to share from there, and it's gonna be here in Facebook, so you can if you came later on, you can watch the beginning of it. So with this said, I love you all. Mwah.